Yep, Gordon, are you happy with that? Mary, are you happy with that? Yep.
I don't know how appropriate that is, in all honesty. I know you're trying to help your councillor Beer. Remember, this is an open and transparent process. We're in the middle of a planning committee, and the applicant has actually lodged an application for the design of fence and gates that they want on their harbour. I'm perfectly able to assist you with regard to advising how strong your motion might be or otherwise, but it's not really for me to make the reasons for refusal up for you. I can guide you, but it's not my place to provide you with reasons for refusal. The only thing I can say is the first, just to say that it doesn't help the listed buildings is not sufficient grounds to refuse this application. There needs to be a solid reason why the design of the fence has such a significant impact on the listed structures that would merit refusal.
Gordon, I'll give you another couple of minutes to come up with something, otherwise we're moving on.
Sure. Thank you very much for your patience. The only thing I can articulate just now is that it's to do with respecting the setting of the harbour. The fence does not respect the setting of the harbour and the views of the harbour and beyond.
So what you're saying is that the design of the fence does not
currently
complement or detrimental impacts on the setting of a listed building and a conservation area by virtue of its design or height or massing or whatever.
Correct.
Have you got
Would that be competent?
I think it's tangentially competent. Yeah, I can't say it's not. Bobby, you happy to second something along these lines?
Yeah, I'm just thinking is that the design and materials being used don't take into account the heritage of the site.
Fair enough. It's a fair enough point. Yeah. So we'll go with something along these lines. Emma, can you read back what you think you've got?
Okay. Councillor Langland's moved refusal as the design of the fence does not respect the setting of the harbour and the views of the harbour and beyond.
Is that wholly competent, Mary?
I thought Councillor Cleland agreed with you, convener, to say and the proposed materials used.
Yeah.
It was the design of the fence and the proposed proposed materials to be used.
Is anybody under any illusion as to what we're discussing and what we're not before I move the amendment? Bobby, you've seconded that.
Yes, Chair, thank you.
Right, thanks for that, Will. So we have the motion which we've teased out, and my amendment is that the application be approved subject to the following conditions and reasons that are given on page 152 onwards. Is there a seconder for that?
Happy to second, Alice.
Thanks, David. So we'll do a roll call vote once Emma's had time to jot things down.
Okay, so we have a motion from Councillor Langland, seconded by Councillor Cleland, that the application be refused as the design and the proposed materials do not respect the setting of the harbour and the views of the harbour and beyond. And we have an amendment from Councillor McGarry, seconded by Councillor Dale Alexander, to move approval as per officer recommendations. I'm going to take a roll call vote. Councillor McGarry, motion or amendment?
Amendment.
Councillor Alexander?
Amendment.
Councillor Bain?
Amendment.
Councillor Bear?
Amendment.
Councillor Cleland?
Motion.
Councillor Coleman?
Amendment.
Councillor Glenn?
Amendment.
Councillor Langlands?
Motion.
Councillor Law?
Motion.
Councillor Patterson? Councillor Patterson?
Motion.
Councillor Breccia?
Motion.
Yes.
Okay, so we have 6 votes for the motion and 5 votes for the amendment. Accordingly, the motion is carried
I think you
to
got that
refuse the
wrong.
application.
Thank you for that. I would imagine Mary will be wanting to speak to Gordon in relation to preparing the.
I think I've got it. That's 5-6, other way around.
5-5.
Count. You've been counting.
I'll run through it again. Councillor McGarry,
Amendment.
Councillor Alexander, Councillor
Amendment.
Alexander, amendment. Councillor Bain,
Yeah, amendment.
Amendment.
Councillor Bear,
Amendment.
Councillor Cleland,
Motion.
Councillor Coleman,
Amendment.
Councillor Glenn,
Amendment.
6.
okay.
You want to carry on? Just finish
Yep.
it off?
Councillor Langlands,
Motion.
Councillor Law,
Motion.
Councillor Patterson,
Motion.
Councillor Breccia.
Motion.
Okay. So the motion had 5 votes and the amendment had 6 votes. Accordingly, that amendment is carried to approve the application subject to officer recommendation.
Thanks for that, folks. Sorry about the confusion. Item 9 is applications for planning permission, building orders, etc. that you can see on the website. And that's the final item, so the meeting is now closed with thanks to all for your attendance. Thank you.
Thanks. Take care.
Thank you, Chair. Take care, colleagues.
Thank you, convener.
Thank you very much.